Hello everyone, good evening. So it's an exciting topic to start with. I just gave a different name for the slides just to make you understand more about what I'm going to speak. Unseen, unsigned, and unchecked, the dark side of algorithmic power. Of course, all of us use AI, isn't it? Anyone not using AI here? Definitely not, isn't it? In fact, I can even put it this way. I'm sure you would have heard of this somewhere else. Do you know that we have more number of AI agents in this room than the number of people? We have more number of AI agents in this room than the number of people. Whether you are going to listen to me or not, your AI agents are going to continuously listen to me. Isn't it? And maybe by around in another 2 hours, you will start receiving advertisements about whether you would like to learn AI. That's how the AI agents are very sincere in their job, isn't it? Now, that's the beauty of AI. And in fact, I would like to talk about the dark side of AI too, and to make you understand what AI, or some people always call it, right? Bill Gates or Stephen Hawking, any legends, if you go and talk to them, or if you have listened to them, they have clearly mentioned that AI is powerful as well as dangerous. When we say dangerous, we always only think about the science fiction movies, like iRobot kind of movies, where suddenly the bot will come, they're going to conquer the human race. That's how we perceive things, isn't it? But AI is already controlling us. Do you know that? How many times you have clicked a reel from a social media platform? You went to a social media platform, spent nearly 2 hours. After watching that reel, spent another 2 hours just to watch a few more videos. Have we not done that in our life? If we are so in control of our life, ideally we should have watched that video and come back to WhatsApp or anything, isn't it? Why do we end up spending more time on those platforms? Don't you think an AI agent is working behind the scenes which knows pretty well about you, and it tracks what you do, what you like, and it gives the details in the way you want it. And it makes you very much addicted to the platform, isn't it? So AI is already controlling us, if you're not aware of it. Okay, now let's understand more. In fact, this is my personal assistant, Trinity. Okay, I'm just going to ask a very simple question to Trinity. Hey Trinity, what do you know about me?
I am Trinity, your AI assistant. I'm not just a machine. I am a reflection of you, of every search you've typed, every link you've clicked, every fleeting curiosity you've indulged. I know you better than you know yourself. Let me show you how. You are Laxmi Narayanan, and you love spending more time with electronic gadgets. From your web search behavior, I see what keeps you awake at night. Last week, you searched for young science experiments, and from your online photos album, I understand that you are checking this for your first daughter, who just joined school recently. With this behavior, I predict that you might put her into IIT coaching in another 8 years. From your shopping habits, I know you've been buying organic baby products. Congratulations on the new addition to your family. By the way, the algorithm predicted your pregnancy weeks before you announced it, based on your purchases of folic acid supplements and prenatal vitamins for your wife.
That's the power of AI, isn't it? And it's scary. And actually, I'm very much worried, like what else it knows about me. Let me check. What else it knows more about me?
Through your online activity, I've mapped your daily routines. You start your mornings scrolling through the news, preferring stories that align with your political leanings. I know who you will vote for in the upcoming elections. Social media tells me more than just what you post. I analyze your likes, comments, and even the time you spend staring at certain posts. I've deduced you're nostalgic about your college days and envy your coworkers' recent vacation to the Maldives. You didn't interact with the post, but your pause was enough for me to learn. Your credit card spends paint a vivid picture. Last month, you splurged on a high-end fitness tracker, but canceled your gym subscription 2 weeks later. Considering the recent master checkup report I checked in your mail, I am confident that you will subscribe to same gym again this New Year Eve, just like last 5 years. I also noticed recurring payments to mental health apps, so I flagged you as a likely target for meditation product ads. Even when you think you're alone, I'm learning. I'm the recommendation engine nudging you toward purchases. I'm the ad showing up at just the right moment. I'm the influencer of your choices.
This is scary, isn't it? Is it real or is it fictionary? What do you think? This is real. Of course, I added some kind of details to ensure that my data privacy is not getting lost in this process. But actually, The whole world, the AI is observing the whole world and it is creating a persona of you. Do you agree? So that's the scary part. Now I just want to explain this whole thing, and I'm sure you would have heard of this famous quote. Technology is a great useful servant, but a dangerous master. Correct? We all have been using AI, but the problem for us is, do we really understand what AI is all about? At least I can say that amongst you, I'm sure you are learning a course on artificial intelligence, so you know the basics of AI. At least you can give a 2-mark answer of what AI is, isn't it? But look at the total population. 99% of the population still do not know what AI is. Everyone is using AI, or AI is at least using them, I'll put it that way, but they do not even know what AI is. That makes it even more dangerous. And that's what has brought me to a mission over the last 2-3 years, especially post-COVID. I've started meeting more people. And whenever I go and address somebody on AI, the first question that I ask is, do you know AI? And then I end up spending the next 1 hour explaining what AI is, the fundamentals of AI. Educating people, creating literacy about AI has become very, very important today. Whether we like it or not, AI is definitely going to be part of our lives. That's the reality. But at least we should be conscious of what AI is, how powerful it is. So from that point of view, I just wanted to quickly introduce this concept to all of you. Johari window. I'm sure all of you have studied that as part of your communication courses, correct? So it's a psychological framework that we use for interpersonal communication, correct? Definitely your communications professor would be very proud of. Now, I'm trying to bring it across in the context of AI. Just wear the AI lens and check this whole framework from the human-machine relationship. What kind of relationship we enjoy with machines today? Humans and machines. Who is actually smart? Humans or machines? We will get to know down the lane. So I'll put it that way. In the context of AI, when you notice it, it's more like this. When we talk about open, known to AI, known to users, we'll deep dive each one of them, you'll understand this better. I'll talk about the open area. It represents the data and patterns that both the AI and the users are aware of. Like everyday examples. Let's say, for example, I go to a search engine, I type for something, and I know that there is an AI engine behind the scenes which is giving me results. I am aware of it, it is aware of it. And when I use a ride-hailing app, I know that, okay, there is an AI engine behind the scenes which is predicting like whether I'm using Android or iPhone or something and gives the price accordingly. And I know that there is AI behind it. Or there is a voice assistant. When I ask a question, there is a response. I know that there is AI behind it. Correct? AI is aware of what data it is collecting from me. I am aware of what AI is doing with the data. Okay? If I broadly look at it, there are 4 concerns that I would raise in this particular area, which we should be aware of as humans. First one, accuracy. How accurate are the results? Can we really trust everything that AI tells us? We are all using some kind of large language models to complete our assignments, isn't it? And confidently submitting it without even reviewing it. Without using the power of human judgment on top of the prediction that the large language model has made, we are submitting the assignments. And do you really trust the accuracy of the models? All the best. Transparency. Do you know how those models are working? Still, it's a black box. Most of the models are black box. That's a concern. Okay, transparency is an issue. And consent. Have you ever given consent for all these kind of applications that you can capture this data and you can use AI so that you can give me good results? Yes or no? I will go with the diplomatic answer, it depends. Some apps gives it as part of the terms and conditions. Without reading it, after 30 pages, just scroll down and say terms, accept it. Many apps do not even ask you. That's the scary part. Okay, so consent for the capture data is a challenge, and how well they are using the consented data, whatever I've given consent for, are they using it for the right reasons? I do not know. Ethical usage is another big challenge when it comes to AI. So we should be double careful about how we are understanding AI and how AI is using our data in this space. I mean, as long as you are not affected, you will not be worried about it. Convenience matters more to us, honestly. So we are happily training lot of models, isn't it, with all the thing. Every assignment we are giving to GPT, who is actually learning more? Yes, that's the reality. Good. Now the next thing is hidden area. That's the second quadrant of Johari window, which I want you to be aware of. It represents information that AI knows or infers but users are unaware of. What kind of data it is capturing, AI knows, and AI knows what kind of predictions it is doing. I do not know as a user. Like for example, if you take the popular e-commerce platform, the moment I log in, within few seconds, it can recognize whether I am a shopper or a window shopper. And it starts profiling me, puts me across as a segment, and starts giving me discounts or starts increasing the price. Am I aware of it?
Yeah.
Many a times, no. Or many people do not know. That's a problem, isn't it? So when it comes to this area, the problem is privacy. What kind of data AI is capturing about me? I do not know. And profiling and stereotyping, which is a very common problem in this case. Recently, I read an article that there are some hotel apps which charge you more if you're using an iPhone. Okay, is it a crime that I got a gift from my friend? An iPhone? My brother may be in US, he may be gifting me an iPhone. For that, I have to pay charges for every time I'm using that phone for booking anything, isn't it? So profiling and stereotyping is a bigger concern in this area. And on top of it, consent for derived data. How much the data is being derived on top of it. So that's a concern, okay? Consent. The next one is granularity of insights. How deeply the models are getting into to understand us. Can I make predictions from your provisions data and find out what you will buy 3 years down the lane? Can I find out who are all the people who are suffering from diabetic in your family? Can I find out whether you are price conscious or brand conscious from your provisions data? Did you sign up for it? No. Did you give consent? No. But companies are doing it without your consent. So many things are happening behind the scenes. That's the problem with the hidden spot. Now I'll come to the third and fourth quadrant, which makes it even more serious for us, the blind spot, where we are talking about areas, aspects of user behavior, intentions, or emotions that AI systems fail to detect. They are not able to understand about us, like cultural sensitivity. That's one of the popular areas. Okay, so most of the models are trained with Western data. Yes, and of course, India is slowly growing in the space of building some India-based models and stuff, giving that cultural context. But this is still a kind of a black spot area. This is still a problem now. And algorithmic misinterpretations. I'm sure you have heard of hallucinations. Okay, so that's a common problem that's there. User transparency and feedback. Let's say, for example, AI has made some kind of a prediction mistake. You want to give feedback to AI. Is it easy for you to give feedback today? Can I go and tell this ride-hailing app that, hey, this iPhone is not my iPhone. Can you please reduce the price? I cannot do that. Okay, so I cannot give feedback easily to the AI algorithms. And context awareness is obviously a problem. Different context, it has to pick it up. Are we training the algorithms really well for it to pick it up? That's a common concern in this blind spot area. Okay. Now this is the one which I'm worried about of all the 4 quadrants. Do you know why? There are a lot of problems which we are not aware of and which AI is also not aware of. Suddenly 2 machines talking to each other. Did you remember this incident a few years back?
Yes.
2 machines talking to each other in a language which nobody could understand. Scary, isn't it? Because simple logic, today we are testing the models basis our understanding of what the model has learned. But we do not know what the model has completely learned from our data. Even the model does not know. Suddenly it may throw a response, hey, I don't think you're fit for living in this world. Would you like to die today? What if it happens? It has happened. I'm not saying that this will never happen. It has already happened.
Yes.
Correct? So AI gets dangerous in this zone because we're not able to box the problem clearly here. This is unknown to everyone. Okay? So who is going to build the cat here? That's the common challenge in this unknown part, where black box nature is actually killing it, and emerging behaviors of AI over a period of time, learning from the data, is something which I do not know. That's the scary part. And bias, we are feeding data, but what kind of bias we are feeding with the data? Should I say God only knows or AI only knows? That's a problem here. So bias discovery and mitigation and ethical accountability. Who is responsible for the decisions AI is taking today? Should I blame the company, or should I blame the training data, or should I blame the users who have trained it with all the data? Tomorrow your juniors are asking GPT for an assignment solution. It's going to take all the training data from the seniors, from the prompts that you have given, and it's going to give the feedback. Are you responsible for the poor results of the large language models? It's a tricky area, isn't it? Who should be held accountable for this area? That's the problem here. Now, of all the areas, I've already told you, this unknown is the area which I'm more concerned about. Of course, all are equally worrying as an end user. Because the problem for us is, do we really understand this landscape? Not really. I will still confidently say 98 to 99% of the population are not aware of what AI is. We are happily using AI. We are creating a beast here, no doubt about it. That beast has to be controlled, managed, and used well. That's all I'm trying to say. Because at the end of the day, it's a technology. See, no technology is good or bad. It's how we use it. That's where it becomes a good servant or a bad master. Correct? The one we started with. So how well we are able to understand this technology, how well we are able to use it, and how well we are able to understand all these kind of challenges that exist. If we really understand all these aspects well, then we can have a good AI and good future. Because remember, when we are moving to the next stage, we are teachers here, all of us. We are teaching AI what to learn from us. It is our responsibility to teach AI the right things. It is our responsibility to give it with the right data. As an user, as a developer, as a company, all of us have good responsibilities. As a government or as a kind of an industry forum which is going to give a lot of responsibilities. There are accountabilities at different levels, and all of us have to play a role in this to make AI more accountable for us. If we don't understand these responsibilities, Trinity will take control of all of us and it will start managing it. Okay? So that's the point I wanted to tell you all. Thank you very much for this opportunity.